You know, we all recognize that PayPal button. But right now, that company is at a huge crossroads, staring down two completely different futures. So, are they building a bank for tomorrow? Or are they a piece of tech that's about to go bust? Let's get into this existential clash.
Right around $60 a share. That's the price of PayPal stock. And it's a number that has Wall Street completely, totally divided. This isn't just a stock price. It's really the heart of a massive debate about where this company is headed.
And that, right there, is the core question we're tackling. Is PayPal at $60 a share a fantastic bargain, a chance to buy a great company on the cheap? Or is it a classic value trap, a relic that's just about to be left in the dust?
This whole conflict, this whole identity crisis, really came to a head during one single wild week in December. It was a week that basically put PayPal's entire past and its potential future on a direct collision course.
So get this. On December 15th, PayPal's management makes a massive strategic play. They file to create PayPal Bank, a plan to build, a financial fortress for the future. But then, just 3 days later, on the 18th, Morgan Stanley drops an absolute bombshell, downgrading the stock and warning of this new, scary threat from artificial intelligence.
So you've got this total clash, right? On one side, the company is making this smart, long-term structural move to get way more profitable and secure. But on the other side, you've got Wall Street screaming that PayPal's main product, the thing we all know, is about to become totally obsolete. Let's break down both sides of this argument, and we'll start with the bears.
Okay, so let's hear from the bears. Their argument is actually pretty simple. PayPal is old news, a legacy company that's about to be steamrolled by new tech. And, well, this whole argument just got supercharged by a new analyst report. Now, check out the language here. Morgan Stanley didn't just say, hey, growth is slowing down. No, they introduced this new, frankly terrifying idea for anyone invested in PayPal, the agentic narrative. I mean, what on earth does that even mean?
Well, Agentic Commerce is a future where you don't really browse websites anymore. Instead, you just tell your personal AI, hey, order me some new running shoes. And then that AI, your little software robot, it just goes out, finds the best shoes at the best price, and buys them for you, all without you ever seeing a single web page or a checkout button.
And this is the absolute killer. If an AI is making the purchase directly through some back-end connection, it never sees or clicks the famous Pay with PayPal button. That button, PayPal's crown jewel, the thing they've spent decades building consumer trust in, it gets completely bypassed. It's like it doesn't even exist.
So let's just sum up the bear case, right? The checkout button becomes worthless. The AI just needs a basic payment rail to move money. It doesn't care about a trusted brand or a wallet. And you've got newer, more developer-friendly platforms like Stripe that are just built for this new world. The most brutal comparison they're making? That PayPal is becoming the Yahoo of payments. A giant from a past era of the internet, about to be left for dead.
And all that pessimism led Morgan Stanley to slap a street-low price target of just $51 on the stock. That's them signaling, hey, we think things are going to get a whole lot worse before they get any better, if they ever do.
But hold on, that's only half the story. The bull case argues that the market is obsessing over some futuristic AI boogeyman while completely ignoring a brilliant, game-changing move PayPal is making right now.
And here it is, PayPal's application to become a bank, specifically an industrial loan company. Look, it's not flashy, it's not some new AI feature. But the bulls, they believe this boring regulatory filing is actually the key to unlocking billions and billions of dollars in new value.
So how does this actually work? Well, it's a pretty straightforward three-step process. First, by becoming a bank, PayPal can hold the billions of dollars sitting in all of our accounts directly. That becomes this massive pool of super low-cost money. Second, they can stop paying millions in fees to the partner banks who currently hold that money for them. And third, and this is the big one, they can use all that cheap money to fund their own loans, capturing the entire profitable spread for themselves.
And listen, this isn't some crazy, unproven idea. This is a well-worn playbook in the fintech world. Square, which is now Block, did it back in 2020. Nelnet did it the same year. Thrivent got their approval more recently. It is a proven, reliable strategy for a mature company like PayPal to dramatically boost its profitability. So the bull thesis is really simple. The market is panicking about AI, while PayPal is quietly transforming itself into a financial fortress. They argue it's a massive cash flow machine, and at something like 12 times forward earnings, it's trading at an absolutely absurdly cheap price.
So there you have it, two powerful, completely opposite stories, a dying tech company versus a rock-solid digital bank. And that is exactly why the company's valuation is on trial.
This table really lays it all out. The bear case, with its $51 target,
basically assumes that branded checkout keeps declining and that AI makes the whole wallet obsolete. The bull case, on the other hand, aiming for $75 or even higher, assumes checkout stabilizes and that bank charter adds a ton of value. Your core assumption about the future, well, it leads to a wildly different price today.
So where does that leave us? Right here at $60 a share? Well, the market seems to be pricing in this kind of muddle-through scenario. It's pricing in all the bad news, the checkout decline, the AI threat, but it's giving the company absolutely zero credit for the massive upside potential of becoming a bank.
And all of this brings us right back to that central conflict. And ultimately, it comes down to your own verdict on what you think PayPal truly is today.
So on one hand, you have the identity of a dying tech stock, a legacy asset from the dot-com era, basically getting eaten alive by nimbler competitors like Apple Pay and this new wave of AI. But on the other hand, you could see a newborn digital bank, a financial fortress with a huge user base, quietly building a powerful and very profitable new engine for the next decade.
So, which one is it? Is the market right to be terrified of the future, or is it completely missing the brilliant, if kind of boring plan that's unfolding right under its nose? That is the $60 question you have to decide for yourself.